have a dead battery, so I am going to see if I can jumpstart this, and if I can, then I know for sure it's because I have a dead battery. So, just have to remove the part. Ooh, there, look at all that corrosion. I'll bet you it is a dead battery. Yeah, I'm betting. Alright, so I'm going to use the truck. Get it started, and then I'll come back to this and get it set up. Luckily for me, the two cars are close enough, and the battery in the truck is on this side and this side in the Patriot. So I did check to make sure that the cables are long enough, and they probably are, but I'm just gonna kind of shrink up that space a little bit so that I know for sure I have plenty of room. So here's kind of an important part, is not having the two ends touch each other, so I'm just clipping it to the insulation so that I don't touch that one while I'm working on getting it hooked up to the other end. You want to put the black wire on first, which is your ground, and then the power wire, which is the red. So I hooked it up to the good battery first, and then I hooked it up to the bad battery. We're going to just let it go for a little bit, and one of the things that you can do too is to kind of rev up the engine on the one that's going to be giving you the power, and that will kind of give it just a little extra juice. Okay, so let's see if it starts. Well, I got a ding. If it starts, it means it's the battery. Oh, it clicked over a little. I'm going to give it a little more juice and see. Okay, let's give it another shot. Oh, I got nothing. Either this battery's really dead or there might be something more wrong. Give the truck a little more juice. Let's see what we got. Hot diggity. It started up. So yeah, I've got a dead battery. I'm going to have to go get a new battery. Yay for me. I guess the next part of this video will be how to change out the battery. Okay, so I went to the store and got a battery, and I got this nifty little kit that comes with the battery cleaner, the terminal protector. It has the little, what do you call them? Washer thingies, basically you put around the terminals, and it has a little cleaner, which has the post cleaner, and you pull this thing off, and it's got the brush cleaner. So because I've got my truck here, so I've got my work gloves in it. So I'm going to wear gloves so I don't get anything on my hands, and here we go. So just like for jump starting, first thing you want to do is remove the battery cover. And you can see how much corrosion's on there. That's part of why it took me so long to jump it, because it's just, this battery's gone. So I'm going to clean that up first, make this a little bit easier. So I'm going to take my little battery cleaner here. There's a lot of wind, so hopefully that's not going to be an issue. You can see how it's kind of bubbling. It's going to neutralize all that acid that's on there. That sit for a little while, let it bubble up real nice, and let it eat away at that acid so that it doesn't eat away at me. Probably not the most flattering view, but just to show you how this little tool works. This end right here is for the post. This end here is so you can clean the clamps off. And I don't have my tools with me, so while I was getting the battery, I just picked up a real small adjustable crescent wrench that you can adjust the size of it. I figured that's more than enough for this. And all you want is to be able to fit it to the nut that's on the bolt there. Hopefully it's not so corroded that I can't get it undone. It might be. It's pretty bad shape. Oh, there we go. Just cracked it loose a little there. That's why I put the neutralizer on it first. I think I need to open that up just a little bit more. There we go. Whoops. Oops, too far. Just want to get it. It's kind of hard to do this one-handed, but you know. There we go. Just loosen it up. Real nice. We'll clean it off after I get it all the way off. And I'm going to do this one. I might want to spray that stuff on here too, just to loosen. Well, it's alright. I was able to get it loose. This one's not so corroded. It's always the positive that's going to get the corrosion on it. There we go. Once we get that loose, we should be able to move it around a little bit here. Let's see if we can this one. Yeah, that one's probably going to need to soak a little bit longer. Wish I had a flathead screwdriver. It would make this a little easier, but I'm just going to use this to kind of tap it back and forth. And you can see how it's kind of starting to spin now. Just trying to loosen up where it's stuck to that post. Let's see if we can just go ahead and unscrew that screw or nut a little bit more. Let's see if I can get a grip on it and pull that off. Yeah, it's really corroded to that post. If I had a fillet or a flathead screwdriver, I'd put it in there and just kind of pry a little bit to open it up a little bit more. But I think if I just wait, give it a little more spray with the anti-corrosive, that's going to help loosen it up a little bit more. Okay, so now that I got more of the anti-corrosive on there, it's just going to eat up a little more of that battery acid and make this work a little easier. Okay, I'm thinking that now it should be able to come off, so I'm just going to give it a little twist back and forth, and this is why I have these gloves on. Ta-da! Okay, so I'll need to clean up that terminal really good and make sure that this is nice and clean before I put it on the new battery. I'm just going to kind of wipe some of this liquid off of here before I try pulling this out, because I really don't want to get it on my clothes because I am at work right now. This is how I spend my lunch break when I'm not working through my lunch break. That ought to be good enough. I just want to make sure I don't slop it all over myself. Now, most batteries have some kind of apparatus that will keep them from just flying out while you're driving down the road. Sometimes they'll have a strap that goes across and bolts on either side. And sometimes they have, I don't know if you can see it down in there, but there is a nut. It's got a nice little brown leaf next to it, so it's highlighting it. But I'm going to need to undo that because that's where the clamp is that's holding this battery in place. I don't see one on any other side of it, so I think that's the only one. Now this would for sure be easier if I had a socket set. So, because I don't have a socket set, what I'm having to do is turn it as far as I can, and then I gotta flip the wrench over because it has a different bite depending on which direction you put it. I'm just gonna have to wiggle it a little at a time until I can get it loose enough to get my hand down in there and just undo it with my fingers. It's not exactly an easy task, but I won't subject you to all of this. I'll get it done and then come back. Sometimes half the battle is just having the right tool. Working with that little adjustable crescent wrench wasn't working, so I went and bought a new one. Now basically I'm using that tool. I've just got it stuck in the hole. I'm just using that little brush that's on there, and I'm just scrubbing the daylights out of that so that I can get all that corrosion off before I put the new battery in. I don't know if that works or not, but we're going to try it. have the new battery in there. I've sprayed it with the protector spray, and I put the little kind of fuzzy washers on there, and I'm going to spray the little cables too. Make sure that everything in there is all nice and protected from any more further corrosion. And I'm going to put it back together. I'm going to put the ground on first and then the positive. Now, before I lock it down, I'm going to make sure it works. Okay, wish me luck. Haha, yes! All fixed. Yay! And so now I just need to make sure that that thing is back in place. And I need to change this so it goes the other direction. And tighten it down. And we're good. Yay! Now that it's all in and solid, it ain't moving anything, I'm going to put the cover back on. And make sure it's in there nice and secure. And then just tighten these back down. And make sure I don't have any tools laying around. Make sure I picked up everything so I don't shut something in here. Looks like we're good. I want to take some of these sticks that blew in while I was doing this. Hot diggity, all done.